It says it will. Oh, that was fast. All right. It's in a nick of a time. The red button starts appearing. Right, class. So FYI. So as planned, we are now recording this lesson whose goal or what we want to accomplish is for everybody in class, including Cesar, Carlos, Cesar Baye, Christopher, Denise. I'm reading from the list. Emily, Genesis, and the rest of you who are here, and I know you are with me. I can see you in the Go Guardian. And the next step is whenever I ask question, please I know you. I will see your name by appearing in the comment box. And this is for your own benefit as well, because you will be able to know what shall you do next in order to set up the next experiment project all about germination. Okay? Would you mind typing the word once again? I asked you to type the word before the recording. Could you type the word germination? Everybody, oh, thank you. Lovely. Thank you, Christopher. You're the very first one. Then we have Natalia, Carlos. Lovely. Excellent. I can see you type the word germination. If you haven't typed the word germination, please do so now. All right. It's also a practice, right? Especially in this kind of distance learning, we gotta move. We gotta move. Or else you're always seated. You know, at least your fingers are typing, and you're showing you're participating. Lovely. Okay. We want to know how thus. Okay. We always have a question. And this is the question that we saw before the recording, and we are going to put it at the center in this main lesson. We want to know how does moisture, simply water, how does providing, meaning giving water to young seeds, which I'm going to show you some of the choices you may have, affect its germination or simply sprouting. All right? But before we go into the nitty gritty details, let us look at a young plant. And please help me identify the parts. All right? By the way, are you still with me at this point in time? Before I take this plant from the water? Excellent. Thank you. All right. I have a towel ready because in this plant, meaning in this setup, I'm not using any soil at all. As planned, as I mentioned, in your second planting experiment, because today we are going to think like a farmer. Because we're going to plant seeds and allow it to germinate or to grow and find out how does water affect its germination, meaning what's the benefit of providing water to a seed. This is no longer a seed, it's already a young plant. Okay, allow me to take this out and I'll put it back after this part of the lesson to keep constant supply of liquid water to the growing plant. I will need your help, okay, in identifying the basic parts of a plant. I know you know. Wow, look at this. This is onion. All right, onion, young onion. There's no bulb yet, okay? There is no bulb yet, but it is a young onion. Could you type the word onion? This is the name of the plant that we are looking at. Onion. Type the word in the room. Thank you, Abram. Please. Oh, thank you. Maria did it. Christopher, Carlos. Everybody, please. Let me see. Let me find out. Yeah, Vincent. Show your name. Show your name. Vincent. Put the word onion. Vincent. Stephanie did. Brian did. Brianna did. All right. Vincent, calling Vincent. All right, let me take this out. I want to save the water because I'm going to put the onion back into this. Oh, thank you, Vincent. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know. Okay, hold on. Oops. Woo! Things are falling. Hold on. I don't want this to This is made out of glass. This is a test tube. No, no, not the graduated cylinder, the one we use in the past. Okay, all right. Let me. No, you're good. You're good, Vincent. I just need to call your attention. All right, class. It doesn't smell good, but I love onion though. Okay, love onion, but okay. Let me take to hold the onion in that tube. I put a bit of paper towel to hold it not sinking. All right, just the roots to absorb the water. Let me refocus, and I need to help me and let me see and find out if you know quickly the different parts, the basic parts of a young plant. Let me refocus. Class, can you see? Can you see the onion plant? Tell me, can you see? Excellent, excellent, lovely. Keep your name appearing. Okay, now I'm going to point part by part. Excuse me, huh? Let me get my pointer under the, in the top. Very good, perfect. Sorry for the motion. Right, class, I am using this pointer, this stick as my pointer. Could you tell me the part? Okay, let me start this way. Okay, tell me. Let's label this plant. Okay, could you tell me what is this? Tell me, what part of the plant is this? The roots, excellent. These are the roots. Hold on, let me pull my sleeves up. Okay, lovely, that's the roots. All right, what about this? What about that? Type in the chat. Thank you, Guadalupe, Christopher. Okay, everybody please. Stem, right, lovely. Oh my God. I will not have a problem teaching this lesson. So brilliant. And this one, of course, even a younger child who had started learning the plant. Could you tell me what is this? It's the green part of the plant, the leaves. Right. There's about 1, 2, and then there's one growing. All right. Excellent. Now, for many plants, the life begins with a seed. Onion does not start from a seed, by the way. All right, but we're going to think that this is a regular plant that starts with a seed. All right, so let's start the story by thinking of a seed. SEED. Could you type the word in the room? Seed. Type the word in the room. Seed. I'm waiting. Put the word in. Oh, thank you, Christopher. What about the rest? Abram. Okay, good. I want you to think that in mind because it's one of the words in our goal. We want to know how does providing moisture affect the growth or the germination or the sprouting of a seed. But let me remind you, it may take at least 2 to 3 days for us to see the plant growing, maybe this tall. It depends on so many things, by the way. That's why you are going to be experimenting and finding it out. And you will look for, let me get the word. Again, hopefully I can reach that quickly. Probably. Ah, yes. And we want to look for evidence. Once again, you will notice that we have been using the word evidence in different experiments because evidence, looking for it in an experiment, is always part of an inquiry. All right? Looking for a proof. Let me set this aside. Easy, handy dandy, so I can show it to you every now and then. Okay, we're going to start with the seed. This is one of the seeds available in the office. So beginning today, as you know, you can go and ask for supply. So you can set up your project, next project. That's why we are taking time to be together, and I will take my time to show it to you step by step on how to let the seed grow without soil at all. All right, let me get the seeds that I need. right. So let's start the story. I have several seeds here. I do have radish. This is one of the choices you will have in the office. Radish. Could you type the word radish? Radish, I need to see your name. Excellent. One of the choices. And by the way, they grow really fast. In a day or two, you see them increasing in size. Another one is a Wisconsin fast plants. You can simply type the word fast plant. It's not very common though. It's a very special seeds and I order them. You will not gonna see this in Home Depot. A Wisconsin fast plants. You can just type the word fast plants. Yo, look. Oh, Guadalupe type the whole thing. Lovely. Yes, it's Wisconsin from the state Wisconsin. Right, that's another choice. And it looks like a radish. Looks like it. Now, the other that is fairly common is the mung bean. And this is what I have on the dish. They're pretty bigger than the other two. And they are also easy to grow and quick as well. All right. So in fact, this is the one that I'm going to use as my example, the mung bean. All right. So we haven't gone through the moisture yet, right? We haven't. Not yet. We have never watered the seed yet. All right. Not yet. That's towards the end. But let me tell me, are you still with me, by the way? We're not, we're getting halfway through. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Whenever I see your name in the room, I feel much better. I know you do too, right? When you are able to respond. Okay. Let me refocus the camera. And then this, we're going to kind of make a story here in this part of the lesson. From a small young seed to a big plant, or at least a grown up plant like this. All right, so I'm going to refocus the camera with a bunch of mung bean seeds in the plate. Okay, listen very carefully. Let me get the other things that I need. Okay. Now, a seed, a mung bean. Class, can you see the entire blue paper? Everybody, please tell me. Can you see? Because I need to move. Give myself a little bit space here because I have several words that I'm going to place in between the seeds and the plant. Okay. Now, a young seed, everybody please. Seeds, young seeds, okay, have, let me get that, okay, microscopic cells. Everybody please look what I put. Okay, so please take a look. Young, I'm using a pointer. These young seeds, each one of them, young seeds have microscopic cell. Could you type the word cell in the room? Everybody, please. Thank you very much. Lovely. Okay. I wonder, any one of you have used a microscope in the past? Let's say in elementary school? Have you used a microscope? Have you? Oh no, I hope you're here. I hope we open the school for 7th grade. I hope. Okay, soon and very soon. I'm okay. I have vaccination. Don't worry. I just got my shot. At least I'm protected, right? So don't worry about me. Oh, I don't want to go. No, I don't have. I got my first shot already. All right. So it's a microscope. It's quite heavy. I have several of these, and if you are only here, I'm able to share this with you. You can see microscopic cells under the microscope. Wow. A seed is made up of many cells, lots and lots, and they are microscopic. With these glasses, I will not be able to see it. Mm-mm. With this magnifying glass, I will not be able to see it. It's not enough. I need to use a very powerful microscope. Mhm. So don't worry. I think we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. If the school open and we are still together, I will light use the microscope. Okay? Hopefully. Okay. How many of you wants to go back to school? Tell me. How many of you like to go back to school? Be honest. That's okay. If you say no, tell me. Me. Who else? No. Kinda. I know that. I'm bored being at home. Yeah, that's why when the sun shines, especially now we're getting longer and longer days, and by the way, the plant loves that. The longer days, the better for them. More sunlight, right? Yeah, go outside whenever you can. Well, not now. It's kind of raining though, but whenever it's possible. But do it safe. All right, moving on. Moving on. In our goal. So we haven't put the water yet. We are getting there. We're getting there. And I will tell you exactly how you're going to plant this one because we're not using soil. All right. Let me refocus the camera once again. So these young seeds are made of microscopic cells. When these seeds start growing, they will develop, okay, class, I put that, okay, you will see that. Let me do it this way. Because the arrow, let me change the arrow because hold on class, let me make some changes here, right? Because everything on camera is opposite. It's opposite is why. Okay, let me just change. So I'm going to put the arrow this way, all right, because the seeds will develop and become more complicated, and it will develop, hold on, it will develop tissues, okay? Seeds, tissues. Let me just change the arrowhead. Sorry for that. Okay, tissues. Could you type the word tissues? Type the word tissues. Tissues, right. Jesse, look at Guadalupe. Thank you for participating, but tissues, right. Now, this is not the tissues that we use to blow our nose. No. They sound similar, they spell similar, but it isn't. Okay, let's say, for example, when you take, okay, when you peel your skin, it's a tissue. Because this skin that peels off is made up of many cells. We're going to learn in more details what cells are. Here we're looking at the big picture first. Okay, so when the skin starts peeling off, when you put it under the microscope, it has many cells, and that is a tissue. All right. So when the seed begin to grow more, they develop more tissues. All right. And then we know that the plant grow taller and taller and taller and taller, of course, when everything they need are provided, right? Because our main goal today is we want to know how does providing water to young seeds affect its germination. Okay? And that's the end of the step that I'm going to show you. Okay? So bear with me. All right? How are you doing so far? Tell me before I move on. Are we doing well in understanding this part of the lesson so far? Show me your piece of 5. I know it's so well, teacher. 4, I'm good. 3, kind of like two. Oops, I still have. Oh, good. Well, that's a four. 4.7. I love that. Round it off, Natalia. It's five. All right. Excellent. What about the rest? Let me see. Let me find out where they are. Yeah, they're here. I hope they're listening and paying attention. Okay. All right. Good. Let me move on. Okay. Love to see those four. Excellent. Now, this. Sorry for the arrow, huh? It should be the opposite. Because as I told you, everything on camera is opposite. So the cells are microscopic. Tissues can be big because like when you peel up the skin, it's a tissue. You can see it, right? And then these tissues in plant, they develop into a much complex part. And now we're gonna call it, I know you know the word, right? Let's say, now we're gonna call it as, everyone please, could you type in the chat what word did I add? What word did I add? Type in the chat. Everybody please. This is the one that I added. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh, excellent. Organs. Thank you, Guadalupe. If you haven't typed the word, because this is the last word I added, I asked you to put the word that I will add. Thank you, Emily. Let me see who did it. Stephanie did it. Emily, thank you. Genesis, excellent. Oh, I see names of other students that have begun participating. Lovely. So now this tissues becomes organ. I'm gonna put an arrow there. Now, this makes the plant grow better. All right. I know I'm using the word plant, no longer seed, because this is already a growing plant. It has all the basic organs. And we label the leaves, we have the stem, and the roots. And in this plant, there are three organs. How many organs does this plant have? Tell me, how many organs? How many? Three! And it starts from a very young. If this plant came from a seed, it starts from a seed. But this plant did not start from a seed. It started from a bulb. Okay, it started from a bulb. Okay, so it started from a very young, let's just say, young seed that developed into a young plant. And we can call it seedling. All right, let me put this back and label it in a more detailed manner. I'm going to put it back on the tray because I have a tray underneath, so I call it a tray. And let me refocus. So this three parts, these are organs. Let me get the other things that I need to use. Okay, class, listen and take a look. So examples, now we're going to look at the examples now. The examples of organs are the three parts of the plants that we just identified. Okay, I'm going to refocus the camera. So a stem is an organ. All right. Root is an organ. And the leaves is an organ. All right. So in the sorry, I want to refer. Sorry, my bad, my bad. That's a common word that I always hear from students. Okay, right, class. Leaves as an organ, stem as an organ, root as an organ, or roots as organs. And they all started from a very young, if this is coming from a seed, from a very young seed, that will need water to start germinating, that will develop more tissues, and this will develop more organs, and some organs that they need to grow more are the leaves, the stems, and the roots. All right. Have we established a connection between the root, the seed, and the young plant? Have we kind of followed the story of the from a seed to a plant? Have we? Tell me. Yes, we have. So far, so far we have seen that the story begins from a very young seed. And the next part of this lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up your seed and what to do in order to keep it moist. Because once again, in our goal in this investigation, we want to know the effect of giving them water or moisture in its growth. Once again, the growing process may take quite a few days to begin. We saw that in your first seed experiment, right? It depends. If I were you, I will select a fast growing seed. That's why I will have mung bean, a radish, and a Wisconsin fast plant available in the office. I hear sunflower takes a while to grow. Bean like a pinto bean, it will take a longer time to grow. But you can try if you want. All right, let me just take one thing that I have here on the counter. What about this? I know you know what is this, right? Could you tap again? What do I have in my hand? What do I have in my hand? An orange. Anybody, what is an orange? What part of a plant is an orange? What part of a tree is an orange? Anybody? So we have the roots, we have the stem, we have the leaves. What about an orange? What part of a tree is an orange? Ah, ah, people, think. I know you've learned this when you were in elementary, right? What part? What are we missing? We got the roots, we got the stem, we got the leaves, and what about this? What is this? Oh, a banana. A banana. What is a banana? What part of a plant is a banana? Yes, it's a fruit, right? There's a lot of there are many plants that they develop fruits. By the way, not all plants develop fruits, and fruits is also an organ. Mm-hmm. It's an organ. Any fruit and many fruits have seeds inside. These have seeds, not unless it is seedless. These have seeds. And these seeds, yes, Stephanie, you're right. It's fruit. And fruit is an organ. All right? So this developed from a very young plant, from a very young seed, and the result, when they are given the right bare necessities, the water, eventually the sunlight, especially when they started developing the leaves, which we are going to think about more in the process of what we call photosynthesis, which will eventually dive into the details. Okay? So, fruits are organs. All right, now, how are we doing so far? Are we carrying it on? Are we carrying it on? Yes or no? Are we carrying it on? Yes. We're not there yet. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. So, and the story goes that start from a very young seed into a young plant with all the basic organs, including a fruit, if this plant develops fruit. All right, others will not. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. Okay, we will not get into that details. All right, but what we want to get into eventually is the leaves. Eventually, because The leaves of the plant are very important because it is what makes the plant survive. Right? Because plants can make their own food. All right? When they are green like this, aside from water, tell me, aside from water, when the plants are green, what else do plants need to keep them growing? Let me see. Let me see if you have an idea. I haven't mentioned it yet a lot. Aside from water, what do plants need? Yes, yes, the light right there. That's why we have this plant box ready. Okay. In period one, as a matter of fact, our experiment in period one, ours is Alka-Seltzer. Remember, how does Alka-Seltzer affect the plant growth? We found, what did we find out? Did the Alka-Seltzer kill the plant or let it grow? Tell me, what happened to the plant with Alka-Seltzer? Did it survive or did it die? People, did it survive? Did it die? The one with Alka-Seltzer. Don't have it with me. Did it continue surviving? Waiting. No, it just because the Alka-Seltzer is not the water, is not pure water that the plants need. But in period two, so their experiment was the effect of light. So we found out that the light is really a necessity. So the green plants require light for the process for them to keep on surviving. We will gonna get into the details of that eventually, and we call it photosynthesis. All right. Have you heard of that word, photosynthesis? Tell me. Have you heard of that word, photosynthesis? Have you? I'm waiting. It's okay to say no. Yeah. But that will be our the next big idea that we are going to think about and make a connection to your experiment. It is the ability of the plant to make their own food. It's when the leaves are present, when they're green. Okay? All right, now let's go to the process. Let me just, I'm going to focus the camera once again. Okay, and I'm going to leave the seeds because I'm going to show you how to set up your experiment. Okay, so what you need to have, let me hold on. So this you need, or I'm going to use the mung bean as I said. Let me get the one that I need now. Okay, what else do we need? Hold on. Give me a second, class. So where is that thing? Hold on, huh? Oh, it's right behind me. Alright, class, what do I have in my hand? Type in the room. What do I have? A sponge. Alright? A sponge. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, you will need to have a sponge. I'm pretty sure your mom has a sponge. When you get a sponge, make certain it's pretty brand new, never been used with soap. Alright? If it was used with soap, for a short period of time, we make certain that you wash it well, get rid of the soap. Better yet, a new one. All right. I'm not going to put a sponge in the office because I know it's easy to get. As a matter of fact, instead of a sponge, you can use cotton instead of the sponge. Let me focus the camera once again. All right. By the way, first, are you still with me? Type in the room. Are you still with me? I'm waiting. Where's the rest? Are you still with me? Maria, only? What about the rest? I'm waiting. Are you still with me? Oh, good. Next. You got to, because this is the time that I'm going to show you the process. Okay, let me refocus the camera. Thank you, Jose. All right, let me refocus the camera. So what you need to have is a one sponge. So you only need to have a small one. You need to cut the sponge into maybe two pieces, and then you know the sponge, they do have a small hole. All right, can you see this hole? Tell me, can you see the hole? Type in the chat. Can you see this hole? Oh, yeah, I need three holes. One, two, three. This will be the house of the seed because I want to put three seeds here. This one has holes as well. One, has several. One, I can put one here. I can put one there. If it is not too big, so I can use a stick to make it bigger, and maybe this one as well. Okay. All right. I will simply place them in a container and make certain that you label it and the date when you start planting the seed. In this case, mung bean seeds. So you can use any kind of lid, any kind of recycled container. You can even use a small plate to place your small two pieces of sponge that I cut off from the entire sponge. So you only need small pieces of sponges. I would say now sponges because there's two. Now going back to the process. So it's pretty easy and straightforward. So I need to have, so these are the seeds that I have. I need to put one, another seed, another seed. Okay, how many seeds do I have in one sponge? How many seeds do I have? Type in the room. How many did I put? How many seeds do I have? I'm waiting. How many? How many seeds here? Oh no, Abraham, three. One looks like this one looks like a seed, huh? One, two, three seeds. You can put four. And this I will need to put three seeds as well. One, two. Let's see. I can put the seeds right there. One, two, and three. Okay, it looks four because of this. I can put another one here. Yeah. Four is fine. There you go. In fact, I can put a seed here. So how many seeds do I have in total? You saw me, I'm adding a little one more. How many seeds in total do I have? How many seeds in total? This, 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 this. 8. Lovely. Thank you, Guadalupe. 8 seeds. Okay, because when you go to the office, there are more than 8. It's in a packet. It's in aluminum foil. Now, what do we need to add in the sponge to start the seed to germinate? Because what do we need? The water, right? The moisture. Of course, we will not see magic here. We're gonna be patient in order to see some results. Okay, it's very simple. I do have the water here, and don't need this anymore. Let me shortly focus the camera. So what I need to do is to just make certain that this is moist. Oops. So the sponge will keep the seed moist all the time, but not soaking wet. Okay. That is a setup. All right. In the setup that I did yesterday, I will show it to you once again. I have the mung bean. Could you tell me if they are showing some signs of germination? Let's take a quick look. So this is the mung bean. I'm going to focus one or two of the seeds and tell me if they appear bigger than yesterday. Okay, here is the mung bean. Is it bigger than yesterday? Type in the chat. Type in the comment. Is it bigger than yes? That's a mung bean. Is it bigger than yesterday? Yes. So this one has begun germinating because this sponge is always moist. And there's one there. Oh wow, look at that. Is it bigger? Yeah. Brianna said grow fast. And this is, let me see. Oh wow, look at this. Wow. It's bigger because the moisture or the water keep them becoming active because seeds are not active. They are dormant, not active. When water is given, is provided, then they become active. All right, they start the process of growth, or in other words, germination. Okay, so the other one that I have, how about the radish? And do you see a difference on the radish seeds? This is the radish. Are they growing? Are they bigger than yesterday? Are they bigger? As a okay, I remember the radish is a smaller seed. That's a radish. This is also radish, and that's also radish. All right, and then this is the Wisconsin fast plants. That's the Wisconsin fast plants. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's down deep there. All right, I will not gonna disturb the young seedlings, but we saw the difference, particularly the mung bean. So I encourage you to select the mung bean. I have lots of mung beans in the office because they're fascinating to see as they grow faster. All right, when the moist or water is provided. All right. Have we accomplished our goal today? Looking at the steps, have we? Looking at, yes, we did, right? The step, but we will still be monitoring, looking for evidence on how will adding moisture affect the germination of the seed. All right, that will be the ultimate goal. But this time we are setting it up, and I do expect that you will take some time to set your own. And you want to make certain that you take a photo of every single step of the way. So that's why I'm going to take some time to take a photo of this setup. This is the day one. And the good thing, your Chromebook takes pictures as well. If you have a regular camera, just like what I have, take a shot, which I did. And this goes to the website that you are currently working on. All right? So far, how are we doing? Tell me. Level of understanding, this is a 5. I know it so well. 4, I'm pretty good. 3, I have some question. 2, I'm a bit confused. And 1, I'm just beginning. Excellent. If you haven't responded, let me find out who did share their level of understanding. Wow, there's a lot of 5. If you haven't put your name in the room, please do so now. All right, class, I'm going to turn off the recording now. Excellent.